Hello and welcome to Fluent English Lab, the podcast. My name is Emma, and today we are going to learn something very important. Today, we are going to listen to a daily life conversation. This conversation is simple. It is natural. It is useful for real life. Please listen carefully. Try to repeat after each sentence when you practice again. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. Feel the rhythm of the language. Now let us begin. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. The alarm clock rings. Ria opens her eyes slowly. She feels a little sleepy. She turns off the alarm. Ria says, "Good morning." Her brother Aman is still sleeping. She walks to his room. Ria says, "Aman, wake up. It is morning." Aman moves a little. He says, "5 more minutes." Ria smiles. She says, "You always say that." Aman opens his eyes. He stretches his arms. He sits up on the bed. He says, "Okay, I am awake now." Ria says, "Good. We have a busy day today." Aman asks, "What time is it?" Ria answers, "It is 7:10. Aman says, "Oh no. I have a meeting at 9 o'clock. Ria says, "Then you should get ready quickly." Aman stands up. He walks to the bathroom. Ria goes to the kitchen. She starts preparing breakfast. She takes out eggs from the refrigerator. She cuts some vegetables. She makes tea. After a few minutes, Aman comes to the kitchen. He says, "Good morning again." Ria laughs. She says, "Now you sound more awake." Aman smiles. He says, "Yes, I feel better now." He looks at the table. He says, "Breakfast smells good." Ria says, "Thank you. I made eggs and toast." Aman says, "That's perfect." They sit at the table. Aman asks, "What are your plans today?" Ria answers, "I have online classes in the morning." She continues, "After that, I will work on my project." Aman says, "That sounds productive." Ria asks, "What about you?" Aman replies, "I have a meeting at 9 o'clock." He continues, "Then I need to finish a report." Ria says, "Is the report difficult?" Aman says, "Not very difficult, but it needs focus." Ria nods. She says, "Try to finish it before evening." Aman says, "Yes, that is my plan." They continue eating. After breakfast, Aman checks his phone. He says, "I have 3 new emails." Ria says, "Are they important?" Aman replies, "One is important. The others can wait." Ria stands up. She starts cleaning the table. Aman says, "Let me help you." Ria says, "Thank you." They clean the kitchen together. Aman looks at the clock. He says, "It is 8 o'clock now." Ria says, "You should get dressed." Aman says, "You are right." He goes to his room. He chooses a blue shirt and black pants. He looks in the mirror. He fixes his hair. He says, "Do I look okay?" Ria looks at him. She says, "Yes, you look professional." Aman smiles. He says, "Thank you." Ria goes to her room. She opens her laptop. She checks her internet connection. She arranges her books on the table. She says to herself, "I am ready for class." Aman comes back to the living room. He says, I am leaving now. Ria says. Have a great day. Aman replies. You too. Good luck with your classes. Ria smiles. She says. Thank you. Aman leaves the house. Ria sits at her desk. She takes a deep breath. She says softly. Let's have a good day. Her class begins. The teacher says. Good morning, everyone. Ria says. Good morning, ma'am. The teacher asks. How are you today? Ria answers. I am fine. Thank you. The teacher says. Today we will talk about daily routines. Ria listens carefully. She writes notes in her notebook. After some time, the teacher asks a question. She says. Ria, what do you usually do in the morning? Ria thinks for a moment. She answers slowly and clearly. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. Then I have breakfast. The teacher says. Very good. Ria feels confident. She continues listening. Now imagine this conversation in your real life. Think about your morning. What time do you wake up? Do you drink tea or coffee? Do you check your phone first? Try to answer these questions in English. Speak slowly. Say. I wake up at. Say. I usually. Say. In the morning, I. Practice again and again. Daily life conversations are very important. They help you speak naturally. They help you feel confident. This is the end of part 1. In part 2, we will continue the day. We will talk about office conversation and small talk with friends. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. Your English is improving every day. Ria's class ends at 12:30 in the afternoon. She closes her laptop. She stretches her arms. She feels a little tired, but happy. She says. That was a good class. She walks to the kitchen. She pours herself a glass of water. Her phone rings. It is Aman. Ria answers the call. Hi Aman. Aman says. Hey Ria. How was your class? Ria replies. It was good. We talked about daily routines. Aman says. That's interesting. Ria asks. How is your day going? Aman says. It's busy, but good. He continues. I just finished my meeting. Ria asks. How did it go? Aman answers. It went well. My manager liked my ideas. Ria says. That's great. I'm proud of you. Aman laughs softly. Thanks. That means a lot. Ria says. Did you finish your report? Aman replies. Almost. I will send it in an hour. Ria says. Good. Don't forget to eat lunch. Aman says. I won't. I'm actually going to lunch now. Ria smiles. Okay. Talk to you later. Aman says. Bye. Have a productive afternoon. Ria says. You too. Bye. She ends the call. Now let us move to Aman's office. Aman walks into the break room. His coworker Jake is there. Jake says. Hey Aman. Aman replies. Hey Jake. How's it going? Jake says. Pretty good. Just busy as usual. Aman nods. Yeah, same here. Jake opens the refrigerator. He says. What did you bring for lunch? Aman smiles. I brought a sandwich and some fruit. Jake says. Nice. Trying to eat healthy? Aman laughs. I'm trying. They both sit at the table. Jake asks. So how was the morning meeting? Aman answers. It was good. We talked about the new project. Jake says. Oh yeah, the marketing project? Aman nods. Yes. The deadline is next month. Jake says. That's coming up fast. Aman replies. I know. We have a lot to do. Jake says. Don't worry. We'll manage. Aman smiles. Yeah, we always do. Another coworker, Emily, walks in. She says. Hi guys. Aman and Jake say together. Hi Emily. Emily sits down. She says. I'm so ready for the weekend. Jake laughs. It's only Wednesday. Emily smiles. I know, but I'm already tired. Aman says. This week feels long. Emily nods. It really does. Jake says. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Emily answers. I might visit my parents. Aman says. That sounds nice. Emily asks Aman. What about you? Aman thinks for a moment. He says. I might just relax at home. Jake smiles. That's my favorite plan. They all laugh. After lunch, Aman goes back to his desk. He opens his laptop. He reads his emails carefully. He types a reply to his manager. He writes clearly and politely. He says in his email. Dear Mr. Wilson. Please find the attached report. Let me know if you need any changes. Best regards. Aman. He checks the report one more time. Then he clicks send. He feels relieved. He says softly. That's done. A few minutes later, his manager walks to his desk. Mr. Wilson says. Aman, do you have a minute? Aman stands up slightly. Of course. Mr. Wilson says. I read your report. Aman feels a little nervous. He asks. Is everything okay? Mr. Wilson smiles. He says. Yes. You did a great job. Aman feels happy. He says. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mr. Wilson continues. I especially liked your analysis in the last section. Aman replies. I'm glad to hear that. Mr. Wilson says. Keep up the good work. Aman says. I will. Thank you. Mr. Wilson walks away. Aman sits down. He takes a deep breath. He feels proud of himself. Now let us move back to Ria. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Ria is working on her project. Her friend Sarah sends her a message. The message says. Hey, are you free this evening? Ria replies. Yes, I am. Why? Sarah writes. Do you want to grab coffee? Ria smiles. She types. That sounds great. What time? Sarah replies. Maybe around 6 o'clock. Ria says. Perfect. See you at our usual place. Sarah sends a smile emoji. Ria closes her laptop. She says. I need a short break. Now imagine you are at work or school. Practice these sentences. Say. How's it going? Say. It's going well. Say. I'm a little busy today. Say. I just finished my work. Say. Do you have any plans for the weekend? These are common American daily expressions. They are simple. They are natural. They are used every day. When you practice shadowing, focus on rhythm. American English has a smooth rhythm. Some words are stressed. Some words are softer. Listen carefully. Repeat clearly. Confidence comes from daily practice. It is 5:30 in the evening. Ria is getting ready to meet Sarah. She changes her clothes. She looks in the mirror. She smiles. She says, "I'm ready." She picks up her phone and keys. Then she leaves the house. At 6 o'clock, Ria arrives at the coffee shop. Sarah is already there. Sarah waves and says, "Hey Ria." Ria smiles and says, "Hi Sarah. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late." Sarah says, "No worries. I just got here." They sit down together. Sarah asks, "How was your day?" Ria replies, "It was good. I had online classes in the morning." Sarah says, "That sounds productive." Ria smiles. "What about you?" Sarah takes a sip of her coffee. She says, "Work was busy today." Ria asks, "Busy in a good way or a stressful way?" Sarah laughs. "A little bit of both." Ria nods. "I understand. Some days are like that." Sarah says, "Yes, but I finished everything." Ria says, "That's great. You must feel relieved." Sarah replies, "I do." The waiter comes to their table. He asks, "What would you like to order?" Ria says, "I'll have a cappuccino, please." Sarah says, "I'll have an iced latte." The waiter says, "Sure. I'll be right back." Sarah looks at Ria and says, "I really needed this break." Ria smiles. "Me too. It's nice to relax." Sarah says, "We should do this more often." Ria replies, "Definitely." They talk about movies, work, and weekend plans. They laugh. They enjoy their time. After about an hour, Ria checks her phone. She says, "It's getting late. I should head home." Sarah nods. "Yeah, I have dinner plans." They stand up. Sarah says, "Let's meet again next week." Ria smiles. "Of course." They say goodbye. Later that evening, Aman is back home. He is sitting on the couch. He looks tired but relaxed. Ria enters the house. She says, "Hi Aman. I'm back." Aman looks up and smiles. "Hey. How was your evening?" Ria says, "It was nice. I met Sarah for coffee." Aman says, "That sounds fun." Ria sits down. She asks, "How was your afternoon?" Aman replies, "It was good. My manager liked my report." Ria smiles proudly. "That's amazing." Aman says, "I felt really confident today." Ria says, "You worked hard. You deserve it." Aman nods. He says, "I'm thinking of cooking dinner. Are you hungry?" Ria laughs. "Yes, I am." Aman says, "Let's make something simple." They go to the kitchen together. Aman says, "I'll cook. You can help." Ria smiles. "Deal." While cooking, Aman says, "It was a long day, but a good one." Ria agrees. Yes, sometimes simple days are the best. After dinner, they sit quietly for a moment. Ria says softly, "I'm grateful for today." Aman replies, "Me too." They both smile. Now it is your turn. Practice these evening sentences. Say, how was your day? Say, it was good. Say, I'm a little tired. Say, I had a productive day. Say, I'm grateful for today. These are real daily life expressions. Simple sentences build strong confidence. If you practice every day, your English will improve naturally. Thank you for practicing with this daily life conversation series. If this lesson helped you, please like this video. Share it with your friends who want to improve their English. And don't forget to subscribe for more slow English listening and shadowing practice. Keep learning. Keep speaking. See you in the next lesson.